And amid protests by PMC bank customers, we're cutting across to the live news briefing by Nirmala Sitharaman in Mumbai.
There were a few of the badly affected customers of PMC bank who were waiting to meet. So I did call them inside and sat with them, heard them about their problems. One thing I wanted to put before you is multi-state cooperative banks, which is what the PMC is a cooperative bank. And cooperative banks normally, as are many banks, all banks are regulated by the Reserve Bank of India. But rural cooperative banks are registered through, if they are multi-state, registered through Rural Development Ministry. A joint registrar of cooperatives is normally located in the Rural Development Ministry, who takes care of the registration related processes, but the regulation is done by the RBI. Similarly, urban cooperative banks, multi-state, are registered in the Urban Development Ministry, but nevertheless even they are regulated by the RBI. And therefore, in such instances where there is some malpractice and the boards get bypassed, the Reserve Bank is the one which takes care of placing a resolution, professional handling the whole matter and so on, which is what I've explained to the affected customers of PMC who met me. But one other thing which I did tell them is, does that mean that the Government of India is not doing a thing about it? Not at all. Ministry of Finance may have nothing to do with it directly, because the RBI is the regulator and they are doing what is by law to be done. But from my side, I have asked the secretaries of my ministry, both the Department of Economic Affairs and the Banking Secretary, to work together with the Rural Development Ministry and the Urban Development Ministry to make sure that multi-state cooperatives, which also run banks, they are cooperatives but which also run banks, under some cooperative act, and being multi-state, they are monitored, they are at least registered with the central government. I've asked the secretaries of the ministry to study in detail as to what is happening. Of course, the representative from the Reserve Bank also will be in the meeting to understand where there were shortcomings, what happened, and also to therefore, if necessary, look at the ways in which the respective acts will have to be amended. If amendments are going to help us curb malpractices, if amendments are going to help us in better regulating them, in better empowering the regulator himself, that is the RBI, we'd like to do it. So, the meeting and the group which will be looking into this, being chaired by the two secretaries of the Ministry of Finance, will also have one of the deputy governor level official from the Reserve Bank participating in it, so that we understand and we take necessary legislative steps to, one, prevent such things from happening in the future, empower the regulator better so that he is able to handle such affairs even better. I do not know if there's any shortcoming now, I'm not presuming it. But I'm saying, with these objectives, this group will be working so that if necessary in the forthcoming winter session of the Parliament itself, we'll be bringing in any regulation, any amendments which may be necessitated. So that's about the PMC. I've also told them that on my return today to Delhi back this evening, I will once again, I've already been talking with the Governor Reserve Bank. Once again this evening, I shall talk to him and convey the sense of urgency and distress that the clients of PMC have expressed before me, and I shall request him to expedite clearing off or giving permission for withdrawal of their monies which are deposited. So I shall talk to the Reserve Bank Governor this evening about it. So that's about the PMC matter. But here I am today to make sure that we speak about the 5-year BJP Shiv Sena government which has been in place in Maharashtra, the good work that they have done, particularly an all-encompassing approach with which Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has governed the state with his entire team. I will not, even in my opening statement, elaborate on each one of the aspects, but a state which so desperately needed water in all its villages, water for the cultivating fields, the Jal Yukti Shivir which Devendra Fadnavis ji led from the front made a lot of difference to the state. There's of course a lot more work to be done. Similarly, on addressing the concerns of every community which is very vocal in Maharashtra, he has been taking a lot of initiatives, made sure that the momentum that Maharashtra should provide for the national economy, both in the terms of agriculture and also as an export center for agricultural products and as a manufacturing center too. So I would only say, for the first time after a long time, has there been a chief minister who remained and governed effectively in power for 5 complete years. I'm told this is after a very long time. And the last one, Bhupendraji, was Vasantrao Naik. So here are we going into an assembly election with a chief minister who has in his own style quietly but very effectively performed his duties, kept Mumbai absolutely peaceful in all the 5 years. For a city vibrant like Mumbai, for a city which is literally the heartbeat of the Indian economy, for a chief minister to be conscious of the critical role that this city and this state plays in the Indian economy, to have governed with peace is a very big plus point for a party led by the chief minister going into election. So that itself will be one thing which I'll draw your attention to in favor of Shri Devendra Fadnavis and his team. And above all, of course, from each of the districts of Maharashtra, I can present before you one or the other very impactful schemes that he's taken up and concluded also. I've interacted with him several times in the last 5 years, and I know the proactive way in which he gets going with his work. So to start with, I'm happy to be here in support of Shri Devendra Fadnavis and his government, BJP government, Shiv Sena government, alliance government, and we look forward to seeking the support of all the voters for yet again forming the government with an even better majority this time. Thank you.
प्रश्न फक्त एक सिंगल विचार आहे की हां तिकडून एक
पहला सवाल ये होगा कि जो डिपॉजिट इंश्योरेंस है वो भारत में सबसे कम 1 लाख है और 1993 के बाद इसे बढ़ाया नहीं गया है। क्या इसको बढ़ाने के बारे में सरकार कोई विचार करेगी?
इसके ऊपर अभी जो मुझसे मिले हैं पीएमसी के कस्टमर लोग, वो भी सुझाव के नाते वो विषय जिक्र किया है। मैं ज़रूर उस कमेटी जो मैंने आपको विस्तार से बोले, उन कमेटी को इस बात को रखूंगी, उनके विचारधारा में वो भी अगर सुझाव के नाते आते हैं उसके तहत हम स्टेप्स लेंगे।
मैडम, एक सवाल ये है कि महाराष्ट्र में इस बार चुनाव का सबसे बड़ा मुद्दा है बेरोजगारी और जो इंडस्ट्रीज बंद हो रहे हैं, खासकर ऑटोमोबाइल सेक्टर इस तरीके से बंद हो रहे हैं या तमाम सारी जगहों पर, और आर्थिक मंदी को लेकर अर्थव्यवस्था पर पवार या कांग्रेस के लोग कह रहे हैं कि इसको कैसे देखें?
आपको मालूम है कि बजट जुलाई में पेश करने के बाद मैं पूरे देश भर हर सेक्टर के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स को उनके यहाँ जाकर मिली या उनको दिल्ली में बुला करके उनसे बात भी की, पूरे मंत्रालय के अधिकारीगण के साथ बैठकर, और हर एक सेक्टर के लिए जहाँ जहाँ हमारी इंटरवेंशन होना था वो भी लगातार हर सप्ताह अनाउंस करते आई, और सेक्टर वाइज उनको कानूनन कुछ भी मदद करना है उसका भी विदाउट हेसिटेशन हम करते आ रहे हैं। वो श्रृंखला अभी भी जारी है। सो अबाउट इकोनॉमी वी आर नॉट इवन थिंकिंग और थिंकिंग ट्वाइस, बट वेयर हेल्प इज नीडेड वी आर एक्सटेंडिंग इट। वो जारी रहेगा अभी।
हाँ,
Well, I did tell them that I will talk to the Reserve Bank Governor this evening also, but I've spoken to him on this matter in the last couple of weeks, fairly more than a few number of times. I'll talk to him even today. As to when exactly the money will be given, it's not for me to take a call because there is somebody who is doing the resolution appointed by the Reserve Bank. And therefore that is a process driven exercise which only the regulator and the resolution professional can take between themselves. I can only emphasize that it has to be done fairly quickly because I can see them speaking with great distress.
yes,
That's not for me to say is what I'm suggesting here. That is between the Reserve Bank and the Reserve Bank appointed professional who manages it.
मैडम जीएसटी को लेकर अभी भी बहुत संघर्ष है। कई व्यापारियों का कहना है हम जीएसटी पेड करते हैं लेकिन उसका रिबेट नहीं मिल पाता, उसको लेकर अभी भी बहुत सारा इशूज है। उसके लेकर आपको इम्प्रूवमेंट है, सुधार क्या होगा?
Okay, so Nirmala Sitharaman there stating that yes, she's met with these customers and has also said that the Finance Ministry will keep in touch with the RBI. But here's the reaction now that's coming in from the PMC bank customers.
The party of office bearers requested. She did not take a single second to say, oh, they have come. How many of them? I said 8-10 people are there. She said even 50 people are there. I will listen to them. And she spoke very nicely with them. And she will definitely, of course, Adaji. But you know, I've got
Sir,
my
the thing
sympathies.
Is, what about their satisfaction? What about the?
See, you know,
they are asking for the money.
It's
there is no accountable authority was given the
when
answers
the
to them.
finance minister of the country has already spoken, I'm a too small man to tell. But
तो एक लास्ट चीज बोलूंगा, समझ लो, ये चीज विक्ट्री का मतलब नहीं है, अभी से चेंज हो गई। ये मोदी जी या अमित शाह ये ही हम लोगों को बाहर निकाल सकते, बाकी कोई नहीं।
महेश
Okay, so the customers they're saying that yes, they feel reassured after Nirmala Sitharaman spoke and met with them. This happened at the Maharashtra BJP office where several of these disgruntled customers got together and sought answers from the finance minister. Nirmala Sitharaman did meet with a handful of these customers and reassured them that she will ensure that she reaches out to the RBI. In fact, in the press conference also, she's made a mention of this particular issue, and she has confirmed that while the issue of multi-state cooperative banks are dealt with by the RBI, she has ensured that the Finance Ministry also gets in touch with the RBI. She stated that she will once again speak to the RBI governor to ensure that the withdrawal limit for these customers is increased as soon as possible and that there is more flexible access to their own accounts at the PMC Bank. So this is an assurance that's coming from Nirmala Sitharaman and from, of course, the press conference held also by these protesting customers. They are stating that they feel reassured after Nirmala Sitharaman's intervention, after her assurance that she will take this up with the Reserve Bank of India. This has been a raging issue for the last many weeks. Yesterday as well as today, we've been seeing massive protests by the PMC Bank customers who have been demanding that they be allowed to withdraw all the money that they had deposited in these accounts at the PMC Bank, which is facing an investigation for fraud by the Reserve Bank of India. Nirmala Sitharaman, who is currently in Mumbai to campaign for the Bharatiya Janata Party ahead of the elections, did take time out to meet with these customers after they protested outside the Maharashtra BJP office. The customers also telling us that yes, they met with Nirmala and that she reassured them that all possible steps that the government will be taken.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.